I'm going to see if you guys can hear me at all. So it's going to be very exciting. We tried once, and Cheryl's trying to find out now. If any of you guys, as you come on, I know it's going to be harder to find me. And now Max is whining. This is not being my day so far. Okay, so we have confirmation of audio. Yay. Ecamm asked me to update something, but it didn't say that it would give me no audio if I didn't, and then when I restarted, it did not give me any options. So, let's begin again, shall we? I'm Kathy Hester, and welcome to my kitchen. On Saturdays, what we do is we unbox my CSA, and we talk about some goodies, and I've got a few different kinds of goodies to talk to you about today. And I got some soups from the farmer's market. I didn't get a lot from the farmer's market today because I got my booster shot. So I'm expecting to have not a lot of energy later, and we'll talk about that. One of the things I definitely wanted to say is that we're going to look at some of these ZipTops, which we started to, and thank you for telling me you couldn't hear me before, because I have a little monitor that I see below the camera, and it shows the same thing now as it did before. But let's say hello to some people, and then we'll start talking about things. And hey, Kimmy and Kathy and Laura and Susan and Liz and Joanne. Yay, Joanne, we haven't seen you in a while. I know you've had a lot going on. So I hope that your month of June is a much easier month than May was for you. So what we're doing, those of you who weren't here last week, is we looked at some ZipTops and we did a giveaway. Hey, Jackie and CJ. Oh, CJ says my audio was fine before. Okay, well, that makes me feel better because I was like, it doesn't show anywhere. What does that mean? And Jackie says hi. Okay. So let's talk about ZipTops for a minute. We are going to get to the unboxing as well as some other cool things I want to show you today. Lots of show and tell. So this is the full set, and it's got like 3 dishes. What do they call them different things. 3, where do they, yeah. Snack bag, small dish, small cup. And this is just I've got 2 more of these that I am going to open up and show you. I don't know why I put that back on top of there. And they're fairly large. What I like, I requested these dishes. Dishes are the ones, and the dishes have a wider bottom. So I've been storing my CSA stuff in these. And we've talked about for a long time that I was going to find some really good reusable silicone bags. So these are silicone. They sit up and they hold together. And literally, I don't know how I can explain it, but like if I press these 2 sides together and then press where the Ziploc is, the Ziploc's like 4 or 5 times as thick. So this is much thicker than some look-alike bags, which I got that were not ZipTop, and they don't stay together. These do, and they do even when I have them right where I'm pulling that drawer in and out. The only time these have come open is when they have a max fill line, and I've been treating that as an option. So sometimes if I stuff that last pepper I picked off my pepper plants, they'll open up a little bit, but that's user error. These go in the dishwasher, they can go in the freezer, they can go in the microwave. You can actually eat out of them. The ones that look like this, you can even make smoothies and drink, and they fit into your cup holder. So, oh yay, Lydia's here, and Susan, I know. And so we were giving a giveaway of a big set of these, and so I did pull from the comments last week, and so far I don't see that person here, but I will show you, because what I did is I put in all the comments. There was like, I think 26. It could be more than that. I looked and saw, put it in the auto number generator where it just picks a number from like 1 to whatever. And 5 won, which is, go ahead and go over there. Oh, there we go. And now it's saying update system audio. I'm going to just cancel that thing again. Okay, so it's Raising His Presence that won. And I actually went ahead and put a note there. If for some reason Raising His Presence does not email me with the information, I will pull another number. So just keep track of your YouTube, because that's where I'll go in and go, hey, email me so I can get these sent to you. So that's this giveaway. We are going to be doing another ZipTop giveaway, but we're not doing it this week. We're probably going to do it next week. I want to make sure how this one goes, and maybe we'll do things a little smoother. Lydia says congratulations to the winner. And Apple says hello. And then Apple says, I found some silicone bags at IKEA last week. Ooh, I haven't been to IKEA in a while. You'll have to tell me how those are working. And, okay, here we go. And Liz is saying, have I used the ZipTops to store berries? I am so particular about berries that I have not yet, but you know what? I dehydrated 5 pounds of blueberries last week, and actually I can show that. We can do those in show and tell too if you want. I dehydrated 4 pounds, and then I had 1 pound I used in something else, and I have 5 pounds in the fridge that I'm going to put in the freezer, but I can put some in a ZipTop, and we can see how those work. And Jackie says, optional fill line, laugh out loud. And I understand the optional idea. Yep. And some of it's just like, you know, if I'm doing greens and I got a little extra, I'm going to shove those in there. But I will definitely try berries. I did get some raspberries at Costco, and I thought I would just kind of do a show and tell with these. These, oh, I am on the wrong camera. These, here we go. There is no, you're going to see mess no matter what. So, these were the organic ones. They were $5.99, and this is 12 ounces. And then I got some non-organic ones that were $1 cheaper. So I do like getting berries from Costco because often they're inexpensive. Last week I went to Sprouts and I did a video on this, but they had big, giant 5-pound boxes of blueberries marked down to $10. So I got 2. So if you keep an eye on Sprouts, because honestly, that was cheaper per pound than Pick My Own would have been. So I don't feel bad about freezing these. I'm also going to be making some creamy pints and things like that. But, and one anti-venom says, I love those bags. These bags are awesome. So I will see if I can check out the IKEA bags. I don't know that we'll get to IKEA before next weekend because it's in Charlotte. It's like a 2.5-hour drive for us, so it's not close. But Apple, if you want to email me some pictures of those, that would be amazing. As always, you can email your questions to kathyhester@gmail.com. Okay, and I think I said it in this one too, but I may have only said it in the one that we're not in anymore, but Healthy Slow Cooking is a coupon code that'll give you 15% off on ZipTop bags on ZipTop.com. And I'll go and put that back on this, because now this video has no information. Okay, let's do farmer's market first. So because I got my booster shot and I figured I just want to not have to deal with life much after this, we'll see. Hopefully I will feel good. But at the farmer's market, they had some really awesome soups. One was this chilled golden beet and a vegan French onion. I don't know if you can see those very well, so I'll read it to you. So the French onion is frozen and I'm gonna pop it into the freezer, but it has like onion, red wine, water, miso, balsamic vinegar, tomato paste. It does have tamari, olive oil, salt, and thyme. So I'm going for, here's some vegan food I can eat more than SOS, because I didn't really prepare for this. I just decided to get it over with. The golden beet soup is onion, golden beet, carrot, dry sherry, sherry vinegar, dried Turkish apricot, garlic, olive oil, and salt. And isn't that pretty? And it's a chilled soup. Oh, Joanne says she is in Tampa right now and they have an IKEA. If you are bored and you would like to go to IKEA and take pictures of those and maybe see how they are thickness-wise, that'd be awesome. And if you don't, that is also totally okay. So I know that you are busy taking care of family. So the other thing I definitely wanted to show and tell before we get to the CSA is you guys probably saw my interview with Lindsay from the Vegan Potter, where I had pretty much talked her into a vegan subscription box. So it's $55 a month for 3 months, and she picks different pieces. Oh, I almost forgot. I got this too. And we'll go from the side. I think you can see. Isn't that pretty? And then you can see her stamp. So all this is handmade. And my friend Dawn got a little thing that said vegan. She's also been sending out these cool spices by a spicery she likes. This actually doesn't have any salt. It's sugar, all the stuff was sugar-free. So everything but the carbs. And then I got a cool sticker, a cool Vegan Potter sticker too. So I'm really excited about what's going to come next time. But if you go to theveganpotter.com, and she has different subscriptions. So some things are just you can get some little things, or if you like making pottery, there's a subscription for you where you can get some instruction. I think there's a mug of the month, but she did a specific vegan one for me. And Joanne said, yeah, let's see. Susan says, very pretty. I know Jackie's such pretty pottery. I love her stuff. And Joanne says she does beautiful pieces. Oh, and Ronnie, she says, I wonder if you can use the ZipTops in the Breville and the Instant Pot. They're microwave safe. They're food grade. So with them being food grade, to me, let's see. You're supposed to open a corner before microwaving and be careful when the contents are hot. Not intended for oven use. Because I would think you could sous vide in these. I'm not sure why. Would you just want to put them in the Breville to heat something up? Because if so, you should be able to. Silicone, you know, like the little things that we put on cookie sheets and stuff like that are silicone too. But you know what? I will ask them. I will ask Anna, my contact there, and then we'll find out if it can be used in an air fryer, toaster oven, an Instant Pot. Now, if you put it in the Instant Pot, it would not be sealed. You would not want to seal it because sometimes the pressure with things like that, then when you open it, it can cause some problems. So, but I'll definitely do that. Okay, so that was all the extras, and there's the microgreens I didn't do yet. So maybe I'll do those when I'm feeling sorry for myself after the booster starts taking effect. Ronnie's trying to find the best and fastest way to reheat soup. That's not the microwave, because I would say the microwave. So like, we don't use it a lot, but if I'm not feeling well or I need to eat right now, we heat stuff in the microwave. I think the stove would be just as fast as reheating something in the Instant Pot because it takes a while to come up to pressure and then to come down to pressure. Yeah. And I know it's hot, so you're wanting to do something that's not going to heat up the whole house. So I'll think about that some more too. All right. So once again, this is my Sugar Hill. I think I tore the S off. Here we go. You can sort of see Sugar Hill Produce. Ronnie, she says stove. What's that? I feel you. So once again, how this works is I get a big bag that we reuse as a garbage bag. This time I have a secret paper bag. And I already peeked. And I've got some onions. And I did get an email. Let me let you guys see. You can see the dirt on the onions, which could be exciting or not, depending on how you feel. So I'll rinse that. These are supposed to be fresh, and they did say we should store these in the refrigerator instead of out like we usually store them. And that's one of the things that can be awesome about a CSA. And I have a little baby head of lettuce, which is fine. And I don't want to put it in the dirt. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to move the dirt, and I'm going to put this here. They are big for spring onions, and I'll show you this way. Oh God, I got dirt everywhere. This is like every day. So when you think, because I've gotten green onions, and in fact I should show you those too, but these are significant, and probably what I'd like to do is go ahead and mince these. You don't have to mince your onions unless you live with someone like Cheryl who will pick onions out if they're not chopped small enough. I'll mince them and then I'll put them in the freezer, and then when I want them I'll just knock that bag on the side, and so I can do it with one of the ZipTop bags, knock it on the side, pour some out, and I just start sauteing. Yeah, the kale's getting ready to come out. It is significant. So it's kind of a baby lettuce, but I'm okay with that. Because like I said, for the next couple of days, I don't know how much I'm going to do things, but I will drink a lot of smoothies, which is a good thing because I feel like this is a bridal bouquet. Here comes the kale, right? It's beautiful. And let me let you see it from the other side too. It is just, we can get a close up. Is that not just beautiful? And don't forget, so with kale, a lot of times what I'll go ahead and do is take everything off the stems and either break it up or slice it the way I want it to just go into smoothies. Also, if you have too much, if I have too much, maybe that's the better way to put it. If I'm having too much, I can always put this in a bag and put it in the freezer too, and then use it in smoothies or stir fries or soups. But usually what I do is I take the leafy part off the thick stem, save the thick stems, and I make a creamy kale stem sauce. And I think there's another kale stem recipe. There's 2 kale stem recipes on Healthy Slow Cooking, so you can find some information there. It is almost heart-shaped. Maybe we can, well, hello. Okay. It's been a day. Oh, here we go. Kathy's saying, when you mince, do you do it the Julie Child's way? I always think of her whenever I mince. I don't fit it the right way, but my way works for me. I don't know that there's supposed to be a right way, so probably not. I should look that up. Usually, because I have my knife, you know, you have the tip on the thing and you're doing this, and I just go around and then I'll move it if I need to until it's small. Like how I introduce kale and collards and greens, and actually my friend Dawn, she's having a health issue where she needs to eat more greens. And so she actually wants me to teach a greens cooking class. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm willing to do that over in the cooking club for sure. But the easiest way is to then mince it up where it looks like parsley. If it's minced, you don't know what it is. It's a minced green thing. Take a handful, put it on soups, stews, dips, put it in pasta. Use it as garnishes. But even when I'm cooking something in the Instant Pot, if I have it minced up enough, I just put it in handfuls in there, and just that little bit of heat is going to cook it enough to make it tender. So that's one thing. And I have carrots. It's the first carrots of the season, and I'm very excited about this. So you guys know I got some little bitty carrots last time, and honestly, I didn't cook them yet. And I have a little friendly bug in here that's not alive, or I would let him go out in the wild. And then I have some more, another big cucumber. And this is nice and big, and this will make great cucumber noodles. And we can make sort of zoodalish things. This is like, I don't know why I love these, like, probably because they're different with the little green, the yellow crook squash that's not all the way yellow. And then this Italian zucchini that we found out last time is an Italian zucchini. Oh, that's a little soft up there. So I may, before I store it, I may go ahead and break this one down. So with these, there you go. Now you can kind of, you can still see that in the foreground. So with the carrots, if you leave them like this, they will last for months in the fridge. So if you know you're going to do something with them, you could go ahead and grate them in your food processor. If I was going to do this much grating, I just put them through the food processor. And you could do the same thing with the zucchini or the cucumber. What I like about cucumbers, especially in the beginning of the season, is they're not very seedy and squishy in the middle. Same thing for summer squash. And so I find that they're better to make like spiralize. They're just better to spiralize. And Lydia says, I'm up for a green cooking class. And Joanne wants a green cooking class. Okay, awesome. I didn't ask, those of you that are in Kathy's Cooking Club, I did send out an email this week with some proposed classes for the summer. But maybe we'll do a greens one too. Because, yeah, we all need to eat more greens. What else was, oh, two things I want to show you. Both I didn't have with me. I don't know if you remember from the very first unboxing, what was it, like 3 or 4 weeks ago? And I cut some of these to dehydrate. Well, what I did is these green onions, and they were cut down to here. All of this is the new growth. So I think I have, I'm trying to see where I had put the ones I dehydrated. But who knows where I put that either. Ah, here we go. So I had talked about dehydrating them, and they dehydrated into about this. This is a whole other round. So I can just cut these off again and dehydrate them. They probably won't grow this big a third time, but we can just try and see what it's like, because I think that's interesting. And the other follow-up, and I'll show you these 4 pounds of dehydrated blueberries. Now, I went and did this like a rebel, like I always do. So I got a full container and this amount out of it, out of the 4 pounds. Let's see. You're going to see better on this camera. And you can hear them. They're all nice and dry. They dried about 24 hours. And it was really easy. So I did go back and read in some of my research, and they do talk about crazing them by dipping them in boiling water for, I think it was 20 seconds to kind of give the skin some openings to allow the liquid to come out more quickly while you're dehydrating it. I did not. I just put them in there, and they said some might not dehydrate. And I found that they did, but there were a few that just are poofier, but they're still hard as a rock now. So it just had to dehydrate it a little bit longer, which meant doing nothing for a little bit longer. So I was totally okay with that. So yeah, and so I can make some of this into a powder, or I could put this in oatmeal mix. We're going to do some stuff because there's going to be another dehydrator class probably in August when more food is coming our way. But definitely the scallions is a really easy thing to do. So all I did was take my kitchen shears and I cut them up into these small pieces, right? Just like, some of them are even big. That's like bigger than I wanted it to be, but it's going to be fine. And these will keep, I think they said for 6 to 8 months. The color will fade if you keep them longer. And we can just, in the winter, I can put those in soups and stews. And it's just really nice. Oh, thanks, Sharon. We're so happy to have you here. Ronnie says, doing nothing for a little longer. Love your humor. Thank you for loving my laziness. Because I have kind of a really long list of to-dos every day. And so if part of my to-dos is to put something in the dehydrator and leave it alone, I'm very excited. And I'm learning more about the dehydrator myself as we go along. I've used it before, but I'd like to use it in more preservation methods. And in fact, let's say I was going to go away on vacation tomorrow. I could cut up these onions and I could dehydrate those, right? Then I could either leave them in chunks in something like this airtight container. Could use them later in the probably in the winter when you can't always get things. And I think of the winter, even though maybe it snows twice here, if like it's cold and snowy, you don't want to go out. So now you have some of these formerly fresh things that you can just grab from the pantry to make soup and stews with. Ronnie says, I have a long list of to-dos that turn into don'ts. You and me both. Trust me on that one. And for those of you who watched me and Chef AJ last night, you know my super secret Saturday secret, my super secret of the secret now, which is on Saturday morning, I get up, I put on my clothes from the day before, and we head out to do the errands in the farmer's market. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same shirt, that's why. And probably no one was. So if you were not here earlier, because I see we have more people, I'm going to show again. We had the ZipTop winner, which is raising his presents. And so I've talked to you, and hopefully you will be contacting me so I can get this to you. And that was for the big giant set of ZipTops. And I think this is like $80 or $90, which is pretty awesome. We're going to give away some more ZipTops on another one of these shows. And we're going to be giving away some cutting boards. And the mailman is here. So Max is not happy, which I never understand. And Ronnie says she's experimenting with vacuum sealing for preservation. And that's awesome too. I'd love to hear about how some of the things are going for you guys too, for sure. So probably what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to do anything with these. I probably will go ahead and cut these and put them in the dehydrator. And I have changed the water in this several times because it will get kind of nasty, but you see that they just grow a bunch of roots and they just keep on going. So what we want to do, especially if we're using our dehydrator or freezing or canning or using vacuum seals, is we want to get as much out of our produce as we can. Okay, now Cheryl's over there getting the ladder. I don't know what she's getting ready to do. So we want to get as much as we can out of things. And this time I didn't get a lot of double duties, but we've gotten carrots with the greens on it, turnips with the greens on it, beets with the greens on them, because they cost the same amount, but then you have beets and you have greens that you can put in smoothies, cook, put in soups, stews. You could also freeze any of these greens. You could blanch them quickly and freeze them, or just freeze them, depending on how green you want the leaves to stay. But I think that's about all for today. We've got some raspberries. One of the things, I'm going to be doing some more Ninja Creamy recipes, because before the end of the month, or by the end of the month, is probably by the beginning of July, I'm getting an ebook out for the Ninja Creamy for whole food plant-based recipes. So I'm going to do something with some fresh raspberries. But also, this is not whole food plant-based, but there was a fermentation someone was telling me about, which is an old one, which is you put fresh raspberries And I'm going to use vegan sugar, so it does have sugar, so it's not SOS, but it won't have any oil in it, but it will and you put equal parts raspberries and sugar in a jar, leave the jar open, cracked up, put it in a dark space, stir it like weekly or every other week. The raspberries will slowly dissolve and it will make a raspberry liqueur that naturally ferments into a liqueur. So I'm very interested to try that, even though I'm kind of having a low to no alcohol summer. I'm thinking that if it works out well, that would be a really neat gift. And I'm wondering if it would work with some other berries, like would it work with blackberries? Because I think what they were saying was, you know it's ready when it stops bubbling, and that you can't have a lid on tightly. So actually, I'm thinking of using something like this. We stopped by a yard sale too, so I got this for $1 so that I can have this kind of up, but where nothing's really going to get into it, and I'm going to put it in a dark cabinet and just see what happens. The worst case scenario, I was thinking of maybe just doing half of one of those, but if I made a really amazing raspberry liqueur for $5, that would still be kind of nice and interesting. I have some kombucha I need to start, as well as the microgreens. So show and tell, CSA show and tell will probably include any of these wackadoodle things that I'm doing. And if you do them, I don't think you're wacky for doing them. I just don't know what I'm doing, so I feel wacky. And CJ says, I'm looking forward to your Ninja Creamy ebook. And oh, here's a public service announcement. If you're making pineapple pints, or like the Dole Whip that I showed you last week, where either you can fill a creamy container with canned crushed pineapple and juice, or you can put a fresh pineapple in there. And I think it's with a fresh pineapple more. Don't eat the whole pint because you can get some sores or some swelling around your mouth. So I found out there is a limit. You're supposed to kind of have a cup of pineapple instead of 2 cups of pineapple. It was not the end of the world, but it was a little uncomfortable. And yes, maybe I did have pineapple dinner. Don't judge me. And I think that's all I can think of today. I'm going to probably put some of this away. I'm going to be lazy. I will probably break this down. If there's room, I might just put it in a bag just so I have 2 days, and then I'll break it down in 2 days. Probably break down these, clean the lettuce, and then let the other guys just do their thing. And then hopefully by Monday, I'll be a spiralizing fiend. And if I am, maybe I'll pop on Unexpected and spiralize with you guys. But thanks so much for joining. I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing weekend. Get out in the sun if you can, or just take a little walk. Make yourself a smoothie, relax, and just be kind to yourself this weekend. Me, I'm probably going to do just a few things for maybe an hour, and then I'm going to go to bed till tomorrow so that I can get all that extra sleep, and hopefully my vaccine, I'll wake up all perky and ready to go. Yeah, twice. Cheryl's like, did you announce the winner? Cheryl is very micromanaging today, but that's okay. She knows she's going to be the like heater upper of the kitchen meals for the next 2 days. So anyhow, have a wonderful day. Stay safe, be kind to yourself, and be gentle with others too. And I will see you guys a lot next week. I'm doing a plant-based chat. I'm doing another kitchen toy show with Julie. And surely I'm doing some other things too that I will see you, and I'll end this on next Saturday. Okay guys, have an amazing week, and I will see you. Oh, Ronnie has some advice for me. Ice it as much as possible and drink lots of water. I am going to do that, and I'm also going to take some turmeric to see if I can. I tend to like get really inflamed so far every time I take it. So I'm going to try and do that, but I promise I will ice and drink water. Okay guys, have an amazing, amazing weekend.